Here's something that's going to make my friend Scott Jones very happy. From Software has unveiled its first DLC expansion for Bloodborne. It's called The Old Hunters and will give players a dark new chapter where you'll uncover new secrets about the history of Yharnam. There will be plenty of terrifyingly frustrating enemies to slay, and thankfully there will be loads of new weapons to collect. The Old Hunters will splatter your living room on November 24th. Bloodborne isn't the only thing that's being expanded. Developer From Software has revealed that they're opening up a new development studio in Fukuoka, Japan, to enhance their development capabilities. The studio is currently putting the final touches on Dark Souls 3, which will hit Japan in March 2016. Hopefully a Western release will happen soon after. And if Bloodborne doesn't give you enough gore in Victorian-era England, check this out. The new game Assassin's Creed Syndicate will be getting a DLC pack that allows players to hunt down the world's most famous serial killer, Jack the Ripper. Set in Whitechapel in 1888, players will join forces with Scotland Yard to track him down in a new campaign, and the DLC will also include 10 additional levels, along with extra gear and weapons. The Jack the Ripper DLC will launch in November and will be included in the game's Season's Pass. Assassin's Creed Syndicate itself will drop players into the Animus on October 23rd. Wow, talking about 2 DLC packs that is going to take a long time for me to get to. How about yourself, Marissa Roberto?
Look at this face right now. Look at this face. DLC, yes, amazing. I'm so excited that people get to... I know Scott is going to be so excited about this. I want to stay far away from this game. Far away from Software, unfortunately. I know they make good games.
Yeah.
It's just not my style of game.
Yeah, this is, you know, it's amazing to see these guys become so popular and so successful, and they've got so many fans around the world. It's great that they're expanding. I think Bloodborne, out of all of the games that they've made, is the most accessible game, so I'm looking forward to finishing Bloodborne and then getting into the DLC. But I think it's kind of the same thing with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I mean, these guys, they don't hold back in content, and when you look at that map, you're like, oh my god, I gotta go all over in London here, I gotta do all of these different things.
And we already know about DLC, which is crazy.
I know.
And you and I both did the Jack the Ripper tour, the walking tour in London. So, okay.
Definitely recommend that, by the way.
Nightmares afterward. I can't even, I mean, the gore that took place in 19th century London when that all went down is horrific to think about.
Yes.
So I'm a little terrified of what we're gonna see in the video game. I'm sure they won't go to the extremes that Jack the Ripper actually did.
Have you seen how Jacob and Evie take down enemies in this game? They are kind of like Jack the Ripper in this game. Have you
but without all the women being massacred.
Oh, okay, except for that part. But they have cane swords going into heads and things. It's just like blood and gore. Yeah, it's amazing. So they're vicious. So Jack the Ripper is going down, I think, is what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd like to take him down.
You know, that is a cool thing about that DLC choice, though. That is a famous case, and it's a famous figure in history, and I think when you're talking about season passes and you're talking about, you know, going back into games, it's things like that that make you want to do. It's like the Batgirl DLC for Arkham Knight.
For sure.
Everybody wanted an experience that they're kind of familiar with a little bit.
Well, I just love the fact that we're playing with history again here with this game. It's always about history and always taking these true events and bringing them to life in a video game that you can actually play through. So I am excited about this.
Well, let's change things up from this gruesome gore fest that we've been talking here.
Clean up all the blood.
Let's talk about a Nintendo game that's headed our way. It's called Chibi Robo Ziplash. Here's Jose.
The Rundown is brought to you by EB Games.